Yesterday, the Bureau of Land Management issued a media statement that said this roundup is going to happen. An absolute disregard of the thousands of people across the country and across the world who have called and said, please stop this roundup.
It is unnecessary. There are other ways and other means of taking care of any, quote, overpopulation issue among the horses. This is a lie that cannot be perpetuated.
If you want to go see wild horses in the wild, if you want to take your children to see that natural wonder, you probably are targeting Onaqui because they're right there, they're right off the road. To be breaking apart those families in this cruel, antiquated way.
We cannot call ourselves a civilized society and behave like this to the innocent and the voiceless among us.
They are flight animals. You take a helicopter to chase wild horses across the range. They're breaking legs. How terrifying is that? We wanted to see change with this new administration. Mr. President, it's time to make change.
And the BLM says that 474 wild horses are too many for the range. The Bureau of Land Management has authorized almost 20,000 animal unit months of cattle and sheep grazing on Onaqui. And I saw where the cattle were grazing around the water sources, they had grazed it down to bare dirt. It's happening all around the country. And it's because the livestock industry wants the wild horses gone. It's not about a thriving natural ecological balance, which is what the Wild Horse and Burro Act is trying to do. Because once the horses are gone, the cattle numbers, the sheep numbers increase, and the range is just as degraded as it always was, because this is systematic overgrazing on the part of the BLM. The BLM is creating a problem with cattle and sheep, degrading the range, and then instead of addressing the cause of the problem, they're blaming the convenient scapegoat, the wild horse.
Yeah.
So they can keep on overgrazing with as many cattle and sheep as they always have without the American public noticing. Well, guess what? The public is starting to notice.
Yes.
An executive order from the president himself can stop this roundup in 10 days.
Do something, help us.
I think it's so important that the children in our country stand up and raise their voices.
Dear President Biden, Dear Interior Secretary Deb Haaland, Dear Honorable Members of Congress, I'm writing to ask you to help save the wild horses of Onaqui. This is very important because thousands of wild horses die in roundups each year. If you were a horse and you were rounded up in a tiny pen and slaughtered, how would that make you feel? Scared. That is how these horses feel, and that is sad and wrong. We share the world with these animals, and it's our job to protect them.
Roundups of herds like the Onaqui must be stopped. The facts have shown that these horses just end up in kill pens.
I'm only 10, but I'm doing my part to save these beautiful animals. Please support legislation that will protect the land they live on. Please help the Onaqui stay where they belong.
Will you protect our hope or destroy it?
Hopeful and determined, Jocelyn.